Once upon a time, before the bulb was commercialized, there was a company making huge profits by selling candles. This company was Procter & Gamble. One day, a young manager suggested to the owner of the company, "Why don't we make incandescent lamps?" The owner did not seem to like the idea. They felt no need to change. Change is for the others. The young man left Procter & Gamble to start manufacturing incandescent lamps by himself. The day he left, he made this great statement: "I will make incandescent lamps so cheap that only the rich can afford candles." Now, what do you do on a special date? Of course, a candlelight dinner. This small company that this young man began became a big company and even a bigger company. Today, it is 2.5 times bigger than Procter & Gamble. And it's called General Electric. And the man who founded it was none other than Thomas Alva Edison. Can you believe it? Thomas Alva Edison. Hello, my name is Anand David, and I'm going to take you through a world of abundant possibilities. I call it the breakthrough search attitude. Search because you need to look for it. How do you look for a breakthrough? How do you look for a possibility? Let's see. How many basic colors do we have? Just 3. To me, 3 is a limitation. Give it to a painter, and she would make colors and colors and colors just from the little 3. A crashing share market can be a scary limitation to many, but a great business opportunity to a few. In 1977, when the new coalition government came into power, there were 2 strong rumors that swept the country. One was gold control, and the other one was prohibition. And because of the strong rumor called prohibition, the price of liquor shares crashed to such ridiculous levels that no one would dare to touch it. Only a fool would have the share of liquor companies. That's what people said. But at that point of time, there was a man who later came to be known as the takeover king. He said these people with 18 different ideologies cannot stay together. They cannot live together. They will crumble and crash. So he kept on buying shares, till he got 40% of the market share. And today, he holds the largest share in the whole country. To us, it was a limitation. And to him, it was a world of abundant possibilities. How many letters are there in the English alphabet? Just 26. Very small compared to many other languages. But you know how many words are there? More than 600,000 words. Growing at a rate of 400 words every year. Because people found ways and means of expressing themselves. To some, 26 is a limitation. And to some, 26 is an opportunity, a world of abundant possibilities and opportunities. Remember, the Empire State Building came up in the teeth of the Great Depression. 102 floors, standing as the tallest building for 42 long years. To many of us, recession is a threat, a sluggish policy, a pain, a market slump, a limitation. And to some others, it's a great business opportunity. As children, we have the ability to see possibilities, but as we get older, we tend to get conditioned and stuck. In fact, this is exactly what behavioral scientists say. We have a fixed way of looking at things, strong biases, and a conditioned mind. Conditioning may be fine, but it comes in the way of breakthroughs. When we are conditioned, we are helplessly stuck. If you really want to understand conditioning, do this exercise along with me. Can you hold your fingers this way? Have you done it? Which thumb is on the top?
My right one.
And for me, the left. Depending on how we interlace our fingers, we will either have the left or the right. Now let's do something else. Open your hands, shift it by one finger, and now close it. Now how do you find it?
It's uncomfortable.
What else?
Feels funny.
What else?
Something's out of place.
Something is out of place. Did you notice? A simple thing like changing your finger from here to here causes discomfort. And do you know what scientists say? The first time you held your fingers, you held it this way, you liked it, and you continue to do it for the rest of your life. A simple thing like holding your fingers follows a pattern. Conditioning takes place slowly. It's never overnight. Small influences make us a conditioned being. I want to demonstrate to you how an influence takes place. We've got two friends over here, and I'm going to influence them, perhaps even manipulate them to make them say what I want them to say. Farid, can you hold the sheet and do not open it? And Maliha, can you hold the sheet and don't open it? And let's go about doing this exercise. How many months are there in a year, Farid?
12.
Choose any 6 months that you want.
January, February, March, April, May, June.
Choose 4 months in that.
January, February, March, April.
And choose 2 months in that.
March, April.
What are the months you left out?
January, February,
Yeah.
March.
January and February you left
Yeah,
out. Is
January,
that right?
February, yeah.
Choose 1 month in that.
February.
February. Just hold on to February. I'll go to Maliha and come back to you. Right? Maliha, can you choose 6 months, please?
January, February, March, October, November, and December.
In the months that you've chosen, can you choose 4 months in that?
March, October, November, and December.
Can you choose 2 months in that?
October and December.
In October and December, choose 1 month.
December.
You sure December?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to it. You've chosen February and she's chosen December. Okay, how many dates are there in February?
28.
28. Can you choose 10 dates in that?
Yeah, 1st to 10.
1 to 10 February. Can you choose 6 dates in 1 to 10 February?
Yeah, 5 to 10.
And what are the dates you left out?
1st to 4th.
1, 2, 3, 4 February. Choose 2 dates in that.
3rd and 4th.
What are the dates you left out?
1 and 2.
In 1 and 2, choose a date for yourself.
2nd.
2nd February. Hold on to that. What's the month that you chose?
December.
December. How many dates are there in December?
31.
Sure?
Yes.
Choose 10 dates in December.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Choose 6 dates in that.
That's 5. And 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31st.
What are the dates you left out?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 December. 1, 2, 3, 4 December. Choose 2 dates in that.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay, choose a date in 3 and 4 for yourself.
4.
4 December. And you've chosen 2nd February. You want to see something? Open that sheet of paper and see what's inside that.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic. How did it happen?
I don't know, but I choose it because it's my birthday.
That's your birthday.
Yeah.
And what did you choose?
Well, I don't know. I just chose it.
One says birthday and the other one says magic. What they don't realize is that I have given these dates long back and they set the date which I have written. And what they are now realizing is that they've been influenced and manipulated to come to the very date which has been there in the paper. And what I did was nothing but manipulate and influence. And if these people can be influenced, I guess every one of us can be influenced. And small influences, small manipulations make us a conditioned being. Let's assume that I'm a shark, and here we have a mackerel. Scientists have put us together to study the effects of conditioning. And they've also put a glass partition so that we can't touch each other. The shark could see the mackerel, and the mackerel could see the shark, but they couldn't touch each other. every time the shark saw the mackerel, it came swimming, hit against the glass partition, turned and went away. Again it came swimming, hit against the glass partition, turned and went away. And this went on and on and on. To demonstrate that conditioning is real, scientists removed the glass partition. The shark came swimming, screeched to a grinding halt, turned and went away. There was no glass partition at all. The shark told the mackerel, "I can do nothing to you." And the mackerel said, "You can do nothing to me." The management of an old established firm decided to lift the glass partition. The new environment called for being slim and trim, open and transparent, responsible and accountable. The managers gasped and groaned at the newfound authority. So comfortable were they not taking decisions. So comfortable passing the buck. So comfortable not holding themselves responsible or others responsible. The new scenario put them in a tight spot, nicely and squarely. They had learned so well in the past that they had to learn all over again with agony. It's true that conditioning is real and we can nicely and squarely get stuck. Let me give you a note of encouragement. It was the work of Roger Sperry in the year 1982 which got him a Nobel Prize, which said that we've got two portions of the brain, the left lobe and the right lobe. The left lobe is logical, analytical, sequential, orderly, and quantitative and fact-based. And it is IQ-based too. And the right lobe is emotional quotient based, which means it is holistic, it is intuitive, it is interpersonal, it's emotional and creative. Breakthroughs take place on the right lobe. And if you want to get away from conditioning and get a breakthrough, all we need to do is move from the left to the right horizontally, divergently and laterally to get a breakthrough. And that's the only way to see alternatives and other possibilities. This is a needle. Designers for many years were trying to use this needle to make a sewing machine. So they made a machine that will hold this needle, push it on the cloth and pull it out the other way. Push it on the cloth and pull it down the other way. And what they discovered was that the cloth would get torn, the needle would get broken, or the thread would get cut. And they were wondering what the problem was. And ultimately they discovered the real problem was the eye of the needle. Did you see the eye of the needle? So they questioned the eye of the needle and said, "You, eye of the needle, move away because we can't make a sewing machine." So somebody took this eye of the needle and put it on the other side, and that's how the sewing machine was discovered. Designers lost precious years for they operate within the boundaries of the existing needle. With little variation, they found no breakthrough. And in life too, this is exactly what happens. For if we do what we've always done, we'll only get what we've always got and nothing else. No breakthrough. You need to fill in only half the brush. Why half the brush? Because our pace is so good. In the year 1991, a toothpaste company came out with this ad. And let's say there were 12 million consumers at that point of time. It went up to 14 million consumers because they needed to fill in only half the brush, which meant a lot of saving. But you know what happened? When 14 million consumers started pressing half the brush, the turnover went up and it went down because all of them were pressing half. Now what do you do now? Instead of increasing the business, the advertisement was actually reducing the business. So they sat down and they broke their heads and they tried to find out how to sort out this issue. Do we transfer the person who released this ad? Do we sack the advertising agency? Then somebody came out with this lovely idea, a divergent thinking idea, a breakthrough idea. You know what he said? This is the mouth of the toothpaste. All you need to do is dilate the mouth of the toothpaste by 1 millimeter. And even if you press half, the full toothpaste comes out. My own guess is if all the toothpaste companies start doing this, one day we'll have a mouth as big as this and perhaps a mouth as big as this. And did you notice? Even humor operates on the principle of divergent thinking and lateral thinking. Humor works in this manner. You walk on a path and you suddenly change the path, and hence it appears funny. Winston Churchill went for a walk and he came up to a wicket gate. On the other end of the wicket gate was a tall, towering person called George Bernard Shaw. George and Winston never got along well with each other. George looked at Winston and said, "I do not give way to fools." But Winston stepped aside and he said, "But I do," and he let him go. The beauty about lateral thinking is it can be used for idea generation. It can be used for problem solving. But the best part of lateral thinking is when it becomes part of our attitudes. History is replete with examples of people, of civilizations and organizations that resisted change and were wiped off from the face of the earth. And if we don't learn from history, we are condemned to repeat it. Let me make this clear. Breakthrough is less of a skill, is less of a technique, but more of an attitude. It's a clear, firm conviction that breakthroughs are possible. It tells me to get up and move and not come back till I've got it. The breakthrough search attitude calls for a clear distinction between important and urgent. It's true that we run from urgencies to urgencies to urgencies, and we're left with no time for important matters. When there's a fire in a building, it's urgent to put off the fire. But it's important to plan well in advance that if a fire were to be there, what would you do? The breakthrough person is like a bamboo shoot. You take the shoot and put it in the mud and pour water. After 1 month, you hardly see a growth. After 6 months, hardly any growth. After 1 year, very little growth. After 2 years, just about this much. But you know what it does during the 2-year period? All that it does is roots, 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 and more roots. And after 2 years, the shoot goes up, zing, right up to 100 feet, 200 feet. And let the tornado come, let the recession come, let the cyclone come, let the stock market fall. It'll bend, it'll twist, it'll turn, but stand straight because it's got its roots deep in the ground. That is the distinction between important and urgent. And that helps in the breakthrough search attitude. On the other hand, sustaining a breakthrough search attitude depends on how well we handle our successes. For success can give birth to complacency, complacency to arrogance, and arrogance to failure. There was this huge cotton mill in the late 50s. They were so successful, they used to make a product called cotton drill. The banker used to wear it, the schoolboy used to wear it, the servicemen used to wear it, and they were so successful. They saw this turning called opportunity. Terlin and terracotton came their way, synthetic products came their way, but they were so arrogant that they went straight and fell. It's true that every time you turn into an opportunity or you look at a possibility, there's an element of risk and there's an element of failure in it. But in those risks and failures, you will see a breakthrough. Take, for instance, this man called Einstein. He came from Germany to Princeton University. And when he came over there, he was asked, "How much do you need? $500,000, $1 million to do your research?" And he said, "I need a table, paper, pencil, and a big waste paper basket to put all my mistakes in." The beauty about the waste paper basket is that we make all the mistakes, and in the mistakes, we see a breakthrough. Let's assume that you've forgotten whatever I've shared so far. To help you recall, let me tell you a story of a verger written by Somerset Maugham. A verger is a person who rings the bell in the church. This verger joined the church when he was 12 years of age, and he did not know how to read or write. 30 years later, there was a new law in the church which said all vergers should know how to read and write. When new laws come, old laws of success do not matter anymore. So this verger was asked to learn to read and write, and he said, I can't change now. I am 42 years of age. Then the vicar told him, if you can't change now, my friend, you'll have to leave. So he took 120 pounds and left the church as a sad, broken person. So sad, so broken, he felt like smoking a cigarette. He went down the road looking for a cigarette shop. There was none. He went further and there was none. He went further and there was none. So he said, here I am, stuck with a problem, no job. So he took 5 pounds and started a small cigarette shop. That cigarette shop had plenty of problems. Plenty of problems. Urgencies, urgencies, and more urgencies, and no time for important matters. So he told himself, if I have to go up in my life, I need to take care of important matters too. So he called a youngster and told him, you take care of the cigarette shop, and I will take care of important matters in my life. What important things, my friend? He would keep on walking, and every time he found a long road without a cigarette shop, he would open one more 5 pounds, one more 10 pounds, one more 5 pounds, till he became a leading tobacconist in the city of London. And every time there's a successful story like this, the banker would come to know about it. So the local branch manager came over to him and said, sir, you've done so well in life. Why don't you deposit some money in the bank? He said, fine, I'll come over tomorrow. And on the next day, he took 50,000 pounds and put it in front of the branch manager. The branch manager was stunned. 50,000 pounds would make a grade 1 branch into a grade 7 branch. So he took a nice green voucher and he wrote in the name of the verger, 50,000 pounds, put a small cross mark and told him, sir, will you sign it? Then the verger told him, I neither know how to read nor write. The branch manager was aghast. You don't know how to read and write, and you've done so well in life. I wonder what would have happened had you known to read and write. Then the verger told him, sir, had I known to read and write, I will be ringing the bell in the church. So also we can keep on ringing our bell or look for a breakthrough.